we feel it's also important for you guys to know and to pick up some soft skills that will make you better at being a QA professional. So in my little years of experience in software testing, I would say these soft skills we want to talk about, it is very important in your career. And I've seen situations where recruiters pick people with soft skills over technical skills. Yeah, you can have all the technical skills, be a good automation engineer, you can test APIs, or you see the soft skills also goes a long way. Me personally, I'm going to go for someone who has all the required soft skills over a person that just owns the technical side of it. Now imagine you as a software tester, you have the technical skills and also the soft skills is something to talk about you. That's a plus for you and you are a go-to person. Mubarak, are you able to admit people from your hand?
So no, I'm not able to admit people.
Sorry?
I'm not able to admit people.
Can you log in with my email from your side? So,
yeah, but I need them access from you.
Well, you have my details. So you
can. Have the details. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'll send you a message on WhatsApp.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so today we'll be looking at the top 10 soft skills every QA professional should need. Every QA professional needs. There are more to this, but I just selected a few, just 10. There are more to this, but with this 10 is a good start for us. So I'll be taking them one after the other. The intro here says, whatever business you run, the success depends on the people you hire. And what are the people? The employees, the QA testers, the developers, the UI, UX designers, the project managers. Every employee goal is to hire the dream team. That is, people with the right skills set, both technical and non-technical skills, and those that can fit in to the organizational culture. So as a QA tester, if you neglect some of these soft skills to be discussed in this session, your chances of being part of a strong or professional team, you may miss out on it. So like I said, in this webinar, we'll be looking at top or 10 soft skills every QA professional should have. So the first or the number one we'll be looking at is user-centered point of view. So as a QA person, whichever application, whichever software you're testing, this number one point is very, very key. The reason why is for every product we build, it's for the people out there, it's for the end users, it's for the customers. So you as a QA tester, you need to you should be able to sit or test from the customer end user's point of view. So what this first point is saying is that you must be able to empathize with the potential users, which are the customer. You should be able to understand their needs and then use the insights, what you've been able to gather sitting in the customer's shoe to support development of this product. So this is testing from the user's perspective. So I'll go to the next point, which is good communication. So as a software tester, you'll be communicating with the entire product team, your stakeholders, even the customers, and how you communicate is very, very important. One aspect of communication is your bug reporting. So how you communicate your bug reporting is very, very important. You should be able to write your bug in such a way that anybody that picks it up can easily understand. Bug reporting, the things we'll be looking at in the course of this training. The other side of it is timely communication. When we talk about Agile, one of the key things we mentioned there is speed. And your communication can delay things. Sorry, your lack of communication can delay things. For example, you detected an issue and you decided to wait till close of business before reporting it. That's not a good, that's not a timely communication. So as a good QA person, you should be able to communicate effectively and timely. So I jump to the next. Three, fast learning and want to learn attitude. So as a QA tester, you need to embrace learning. And not just embrace learning, you need to be a fast learner. And you should also be eager to want to learn new things. Well, this doesn't really need much explaining. It's well stated there. The tech industry is always changing. New solutions, new technologies emerges, and you need to keep up with the current trend. So learning is a continuous thing, and as a QA tester, you need to keep learning, embrace learning, and also be a fast learner. Next is teamwork, which talks about team player and great attitude. Yeah, teamwork is required in every product because it's an effort of a product team. Are you part of it? You can't do it alone. The success of the application depends on the entire team, entire product team. So as a QA tester, you should be able to work with your entire team. Reach out to them when need be. Most times I see entry-level testers, give them a task, they just sit down on their desks and they test. There's no collaboration, there's no communication. We don't see them walk up to the developers, the UI, the designers to ask questions, to discuss, that's not teamwork. And even within the QA space or department, you need to work with other QA teams. Imagine a task is given to a set of QAs, let's say about 4 of you, and you guys are testing, there's no communication within yourself, there's no sharing of ideas, there's no, it just shows that teamwork is lacking. So teamwork is required for almost every industry, organization you find yourself. If you want to work well with colleagues and teammates, then teamwork is very, very essential. The better you work with others, the more successful your team will be in completing any given task. So, yeah, be a team player. So the next one is time management. Yeah, so I see a lot of entry-level tester suffer a bit here. Because they don't know how to manage their time. So time management comes with a lot of responsibilities. It's a skill that everyone needs to develop. How fast? Yes, so I'll say the speed is also required. How fast you are in testing an application matters. So it's not every time it's fire brigade, you need to rush, but there'll be time whereby that speed is very required, very needed. So you should be able to manage your time. Another aspect of managing time is how you prioritize your work. So if you have 10 deliverables, how do you prioritize what is important and focus on them first? And while prioritizing, you should also give a timeline to whatever you are doing. If I'm prioritizing 5 tasks for today, I should be able to give an ETA, estimated time of arrival, to each task. So it's going to take, task 1 is going to take 1 hour, and I'll make sure I stick to it. That's how you manage your time. And being able to manage time effectively also gives you the upper hand of being able to multitask. Yeah. So if you are the type that you can't manage your time well, multitasking can be a challenge. So staying organized and planning ahead is going to save you weeks of your time over course of given project lifecycle. So what am I trying to say? If you the type that knows how to stay organized, plan your daily, weekly schedule proper, then it's going to save you more time, which you can use for other things during the course of the week. I was telling a friend this week that I worked in an organization that my first three organization, Kunga, we had a game room, and the game room has almost everything you need to have fun all through the day. But this is an organization where you see employees, they are always meeting targets and they are always in the game room. So it still boils down to being able to manage your time well, and remaining extra time you get, you can use it for other things, you know. So that's on time management. The next is critical thinking. Yeah. So every QA should have critical thinking because it's really crucial for software testing. I said to some friends too over the week that how you think matters. In fact, what differentiates tester A from tester B is how you think. So if I give you the same application to test, it's how you think that determines the number of bugs you find and the number of feedback and improvements you can give, suggest to the application. So critical thinking is very, very important. Don't be scared to think. Stress that your brain. Nobody is going to arrest you for thinking differently. You may think that what you're thinking right now sounds stupid or looks stupid. No, it doesn't. So we always say this thing about using the box as an illustration that you need to think outside the box, think beside the box, think on top of the box, think inside the box, think without the box. So your critical thinking is going to help you be a better QA tester, think differently, and it also helps you come up with different test scenarios. Then next is know how to play well with others. So don't be a mopo or a soldier or which other English can I use? Be friendly. Always put up that smiley face. Let people be eager to walk up to you anytime, any day. It's well stated. Know how to play well with others. So as a QA tester, it's just be friendly. Eh? Don't be too serious all the time. Me personally, I don't like working with people that just put up this straight face. They hardly smile. They hardly talk or play with the colleagues. And most organizations I work with, when you talk about their culture, the first thing you hear is a fun place to work. So imagine that we play, we have fun, and we need that kind of spirit in you also. Thanks someone else to join. Okay. Then next is focus on quality. So no matter, excuse me, whatever you do, your time management, the speed, the skill sets, the things you learn, everything you do must be focused on quality. So the end goal is to deliver a quality product to the end user, and this should be your focus. So as a tester, whatever you are doing, you ask yourself, am I helping in delivering a quality product? You'll be able to tell. Yes, you should be able to tell. Even from your day-to-day activities, what value are you adding in terms of QA and testing? Are you just doing the same thing all over again, and like the same set of testing is what you do every day? user acceptance testing, API testing, automation testing, because that's what's on my JD and that's what I'll focus on. No, there's more to quality, there's more to testing, there's more there's more to testing. So there are different types of testing that can be done, which will help improve the quality of your product. Truth be told is, as a QA tester, nobody is going to tell you the other types of testing to do. The only thing they can remind you is what is on your JD, your job description. But as a QA tester, what are you doing outside of that to help, improve the quality of your products, and also in helping finding more bugs before it gets to production? So I always carry this who send me mentality. Nobody send me, but let me do it. Let me just do it. It's fun. I learn from it, and I push it out. So focus on quality, help improve the quality of products in the organization. Yeah, 9, reasoning ability. This also relates to what we talked earlier on, your critical thinking. So but I'm going to emphasize a little on this reasoning ability. So this requires a solid technical understanding of processes rather. So when you explain the necessity of a particular procedure to a team member, a colleague, a team member, you should provide relevant arguments to it. So what am I trying to say? For example, say telling a client that, say we need to run performance testing because it will be better this way. It's something you should never do. So I'm just trying to explain how you should provide relevant arguments or suggestions based on your testing. So I was giving an example, like say telling a client something like, we need to run performance testing because it will be better this way. It's something you should never do. Every piece of recommendation, suggestion, feedback should come with convincing evidence, and this has to do with how your reasoning ability. And like I said earlier, reasoning requires a solid technical understanding of processes. And if you don't understand your processes, it may tamper with your reasoning. You may go off key. And yeah. So it's also necessary to be able to explain complicated things in a way people without tech background can understand. And this also syncs with when we talked about how you communication. So yeah, so that's it on reasoning ability. And finally, be organized, be proactive, and be result driven. Everything we've said today all comes down to results. So if they ask me, tell me about maybe some of your strengths. One of which is I'm result driven. I'm always wanting to meet targets. I don't want to disappoint. When I even say I always want to meet targets, timely targets. If I say I'm going to deliver Wednesday, I'll try as much as possible to deliver by Tuesday. I don't come on Thursday to deliver. So we've said it earlier, you need to be organized, proactive, be eager to want to know things, be eager to want to know things, and finally be result driven. So what was that time? Oh, 40. Yep. So in conclusion, it's important for you to know that the success of the project and the business depends on you. Yes, it depends on you, the employees, working independently and in the team. So if you're working on site or remote, all these soft skills are crucial and all of them are connected with each other, like I said earlier. And in return, it makes you a better QA tester. So if you wish to be or become a world-class QA professional as well as a strong team player, then you definitely should have all these skills from good communication to work ethic to a greater or lesser degree. So this brings us to an end of today's section. If you have questions, please ask. You can unmute yourself or drop your question on the chat section. Or we call it a day. Someone should just say hi. I think I'm not the only one.
Hello, boss.
Yeah, we thank you for this session. I think if you have a question or if you have an addition, we can actually answer those points. But I just quickly sorry, this background is making this noise. The person should be mute. So I'll just be making some honorable, kind of mentions down the call. So they can just say one or two things about what we have discussed tonight, how this thing has been effective in their career and stuff like that. So the first person I'll be mentioning on this call is Muti Busari. Muti Busari is an alumni of this kind of training and he currently works with Seamless HR. So Muti, can you just unmute and say one or two things for us to see how these soft skills has been in your career and things like that? So can you go ahead, please, Muti?
Hi, good evening, everybody. So, Mubarak said I should unmute and say one or two things. So, I'm unmuting now to say one or two things. Yeah, so hope everybody's doing well this evening.
Good evening, boss.
Lovely day.
Yeah.
Yeah, winding up the week. So, I think, like, if you're not going to take anything away from this call, it's going to be very, very painful because like there's nothing I'm going to take out of the list that today I just mentioned. All of these things are real life situation, real life skills that you need. Communication, you can't. There's no negotiation with communication when you are working in a team. You have to be a team player, and you shouldn't go to test or trying to do QA with the mindset of I want to catch thief or I'm looking for bug. No, the sole purpose of testing or quality is to ensure that what is going out is very, very qualitative, right? It's not to say that my developers are bad coders or bad developers. It's to make sure that at the end of the day, the team is able to produce a product that everybody can beat their chest and say, yes, this our product has quality. Yeah, so that's a very important mindset I would like to add. You have to be very, very diligent. You need to manage your time. There will be tasks, there will be requests that will come in left, right, and center. You need to prioritize and make sure you manage your time accordingly. I would like to say thank you very much for this opportunity, Mubarak, and also Toby for letting me say one or two things tonight. Yeah, so enjoy the rest of the evening, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks, Muti.
Thanks, Muti. That was awesome. Yeah, so the next person I'll be calling is Jane on the call. She's using the name Abasa Parogo. Don't tell me she left the meeting. Seriously. So she left when I was about to call her name. Thank you, guys. So please, if you have any question, I think we still have a few more minutes to do that, so we can answer it. And at the same time, I want us to we're going to share this slide at the end of today's session, so we can go through it, get to see it. If you have any question, I'm always available to you guys um on the WhatsApp group. Reach out to us, but please avoid DMs. Yeah, you can reach out on the channel, but avoid DMs, please. So just in addition from my own end, communication is one thing that you don't want to joke about. Whenever you're working in an agile environment, there are three basic things you don't want to play with, and that is speed, quality, and communication. And the whole entirety of the agile framework or the agile model is built on communication, because you need your customers' interaction. You want to interact with the customer. You want to ensure what you're doing is the right thing. You want to ensure you're not building something wrong, and which everything, like the whole body, the engine that drives it is communication. I remember during my first job, I had a lot of issues communicating. I'm this type of person that if we have to work together, if you're not doing well, I'll just leave you and I take up everything. I just want to champion it, I want to get it done. But at some point, it started becoming an issue. You know, when you have to first do someone else's tasks before you do your own, and you end up realizing that even your own task, you're not meeting the timeline because you have to first take up someone's task. So it became a kind of big thing that I had to now calm myself down, look at it from another angle and things like that. So it's very, very important. These 10 things that were mentioned or that were on the slide, there are things that can help you. You know, it's a very common saying, your technical skill can get you a job, but your technical skill cannot help you maintain it. If you do a very good job, but you don't know how to communicate, believe me, you do not tell you don't know how to communicate when they are laying you off. They'll just tell you the problem is you are not culture fit. Like, I like these HR people, they know how to twist English very well. They say you are not culture fit, you are not blending into our organizational culture. And believe me, I've seen situations where people are hired and within 2 weeks, they are gone. And a lot of other cases like that, some within months. So it's as simple as they are. You know, we feel like there are things we do daily, but believe me, it's not just what we do daily. This thing needs to become a part of ourselves, a part of me, a part of you, so we can excel in our career. So that's all from my end. So in absence of question or questions, so we still have about 2 minutes left out of the extra 5 minutes we borrowed. So let's just utilize that. So by 8:50, we don't have any question addition. I think we can end the session by that time. So if you have any question, actually don't, in case nothing is coming to mind now, you can always ask your question on the WhatsApp group. Thank you guys.
Bye, everyone.
All right.
Hi. Thank you.
Yeah, bye guys.